Hello my friends, welcome to another episode of Stephanie's Stamp Pad, where we get together and we create a card. Today's card is going to be mostly just the inside. We haven't decorated the outside, we're just working on the inside today. And it is using the Banner's 3D drop-ins. Look at how fun that is, where that banner literally is 3D. Isn't that exciting? Now we're gonna need a couple products. The first thing we're gonna need, of course, is the 3D banner drop-ins. Now the 3D means that it's the inside of the card. So for the outside, we're just gonna use a standard yellow card that's folded, just banana cardstock, easy peasy. We're also going to use this set. This is the ice cream set, but with the popsicles, and we're gonna focus on all of these, a lot of these actually. We're gonna use almost all of these stamps, which is a lot of fun. Are you ready to get started? Now, the first thing that we're gonna do is we're going to die cut the card base. I always start with the die card base because then I feel like I have a foundation to finish my whole card. And I'm gonna get some blueberry cardstock, and I'm gonna get my die cut machine. And I'm gonna try it off to the side, just right there, and see how that goes. And I'm gonna get out the large die that's on the inside of my set. I'm gonna grab that down. Now I am using the magnetic platform, and I am using the extended magnetic platform. These dies work better on that because it is almost the exact same size of the standard platform, and then you kind of run into a couple little issues if you use that. So we're gonna skew that ever so slightly. Then, here's where the magic happens. We're going to grab out the die that is going to be 3D. And we're gonna line up the score lines, and I hope you can see that really well. We're gonna line up those score lines here and here and there and there. So when we run that through, it's gonna score our card as well. So we're gonna lay that down and we're gonna run that through. Easy peasy. Now these dies will work in the Vagabond, the Big Shot, the Big Kick, the Big Shot Plus, the Big Shot Pro. They will work in the Green machine and other manufacturers' machines as long as you have the longer cutting pads and cutting platform. So we're gonna pop all these out, and you're going to see the makings of our 3D drop-in. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna fold it. Now we're gonna fold our card, but we're not gonna fold our banner. And see how that kind of just wants to fold itself? So we're gonna finger press these, just like that, just like that. Then we're gonna come in, and there is a little score line on our banner. We're gonna give that just a little squeeze. So when we fold this all together, it's gonna fold just like that. How easy is that? Now, we wanna add a little extra decoration to our banner, and there are more dies in the kit. We're gonna grab those dies, and I'm just gonna empty this all out just to make it a little easier. So we're gonna grab these, and we're gonna get this die here because that die lines up with that. A little bit of a shadow, with a little bit, this is kind of like the shadow, and these two funny looking pieces here. And all of these are extra. Those are just freebies. And we'll put those back in our bag, in our envelope. So we're gonna die cut those, run those through the machine. So grab that, and let's see if there's anything else we can die cut while we're looking at this. So, oh, we can die cut some of our little popsicles. So let's do that. So we're going to die cut just this part right there, and the other ones we're going to stamp, so we'll do those later. So we're going to grab that out of the turquoise, or out of the aqua, and the pattern paper. Now we can cut two at one time, so we're just going to lay those down like that. And you know what? I just realized we also need the little sticks. So we're going to also die cut the sticks. Luckily I have most of these already done, so you're not going to have to watch me do it over and over, but I will do one. So you're going to need 4 little sticks. So you're gonna run those through also, and there looks like there's 2 in the kit, so we can do 2 at a time, which is fantastic. So we'll run those all through, and we're gonna get going here. So let's run all of these pieces through. How easy peasy. Okay, let's bring that back over here so you can see what I have. So I have these pieces here. Get that out, get that out. Here it is. And we're gonna just put that right back where it goes because we don't want to accidentally lose that. And then these pieces are loads of fun. We're gonna go ahead and add this to our card. Let's poke that baby out. There we go, it's almost out. There we go. Now just for kicks, we've also added a little bit of pen work to these. Now I like to talk about the pen work for just a second because the pen work is just simple pens. You can just do whatever you want. I'm just grabbing any pen. You can use any pen. It doesn't have to match the ink if you don't want it to. And we're just going to draw along the edges. just to add a little extra definition or just make it look a little bit more handmade. Kind of just add some more, something to look at. Just gonna run along that, just like that. Don't worry about any which way, just get it on there because it looks cute, okay? So then we're gonna get those, let's add some adhesive to those and let's add that part to our card because that's easy to add. And we're just gonna grab the inside of our card and we're going to add that right there. Now we will need to fold this piece. So we're just gonna give that a finger press, kind of where it should go, just like that. Then we're gonna add these two little end pieces. Add this one. See how easy this is? I always like to say card making should be fun, not complicated. Now we're gonna add this one. Great, so now we have the beginning of our banner. Now we want to add a little bit more excitement to our card. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna add some strips of paper that I've previously cut. We're just gonna add some strips over there. Look at the difference, before, after. Isn't that great? Just by adding some pattern paper, we're just adding a little bit more dimension and a little bit more, you know, interest for the eye to look at. So we're gonna add that right there. And if it is too long, that's okay, turn it over, just give it a nice little trim. Once it's on there. That's easier to do it that way than to take it to the cutter and try to get it to be the right length. So we're gonna add that. We'll add this one right over here. Just like that. And again, this one's a tad too long, but it's always, always better to trim it after than to try to take it to that trimmer. Okay, so now we have that, and now we wanna decorate even more. So we're gonna add something to the back. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna add some words. So in our sample, you can see here, have a sweet day, have a sweet day, have a sweet day, just all random. So we're gonna lay this down. Now this is the first time I've used this stamp set. We're gonna use blueberry. So we want to stamp onto scratch paper. The reason why you want to stamp onto scratch paper the first or second time is sometimes the first and second time isn't a perfect image. That one is pretty perfect, but sometimes you just want to double check. Now we want to get started. Now I never have to do that again with this stamp set. I am ready to go forever and ever. It's completely conditioned, or however you want to say it. It will work great. And we're just going to stamp that just like that. And of course I have my secret weapon underneath me. So now we have that done. And let's add the you and me. Now that is die cut, so I'm going to use some cardstock that I have the Sizzix adhesive already on the back. Especially for those little tiny words, you want to make sure you don't have to add adhesive later to them. So I'm going to lay that down, run that guy through. And because it's so intricate, I'm just going to run it back. Makes it a little faster for video. Pop that out. And we'll grab that out. And again, it does have the adhesive, so I don't have to worry about it. And we've kind of just inked the edges a little bit. So I'm going to grab this and I'm going to ink it with Ginger Snap. Ginger Snap is a newer color. And we're just going to kind of go gently this time around the edges. Not around every edge, just a little bit, just to tie in some of the Ginger Snap ink on the popsicles. Okay, cover that up. And let's add this to our card. See how wonderful that is? Has sticky on the back already, so I don't have to worry about that. And we're going to add that right there, just like that, you and me. Now we need to work on some ice cream and popsicles. Fun, fun. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to stamp our popsicle, our ice cream. And we're going to do that on the white and the yellow. So we're going to get this straight out. Oh, here, here's another block. So again, banana for the top. Maybe it's even banana ice cream, right? And we need some scratch paper, don't we? So let's stamp that once, twice. Okay, now we're ready to go. So let's stamp that on our paper. Perfect. And then we want to get the bottom part. So let's put this back. And I'm actually going to use, I don't know if we use chocolate or ginger snap. I'm going to be sneaky and use ginger snap. I don't know which one we originally used. And let me stamp it on here. Stamp it on there. First time, second time, third time's a charm. I always like to say third time's a charm because that'll help you remember that the third time you use it, it's just going to look better and better. Every time you use your clear stamps, they're going to look better and better. Okay, let's die cut these really quick. And let's find the dies. Now the fun thing about this, oh, and I have to show you this. Once we run this through, this could be a ice cream cone and ice cream, or I could turn it into a cupcake. And I'm going to show you how to do that. Now we're not going to do that for this card, but I want you to see how easy peasy you can make this ice cream a cupcake instead. So it's double use, which is fantastic because whenever you have something that you can use for two different things, you'll use it even more, and that's more important. So we're going to cut these out. So here's our cute little ice cream cut out. And we'll pop that out. And here is my ice cream, and here's my cone. But if I wanted to turn this into a cupcake, I could easily trim that white and lay it down a little bit further, and now I have a cute little cupcake. Isn't that cute? Isn't that cute? But we want ice cream today, so we're going to make ice cream. Okay, and you know what? I'm going to be sneaky, and I'm going to ink the edges with my ginger stamp because I want that to really look yummy. So we're going to ink the edges on that one, and then we're going to add this to our card, and we're going to start building our card. So we're going to add this to our card, and just for kicks, we're going to add a little bit of foam dots, foam squares, whatever you want to call them. And these always get the best of me, so I'm going to cheat on camera because, there we go. And I always add, this is me. This is how Stephanie does everything. Cheats. Okay. So, because if you wanted to watch me peel all those off, you'd be tired of watching me. Okay. So there we go there. And then we're going to add our cute little popsicles. Now, when we add our little popsicles, I've already finished putting them all together, but you can see here how we've just added the cute little sticks to the back. And then we want to ink them a little. So this one's already been inked a little bit with the ginger snap. And with the ginger snap, I'm just going to add a little bit more. It kind of makes it almost look just a little more vintage. I'm telling you, it adds just a little bit of yummy. I think I need to coin that term, a little bit of yummy. We want just a little bit of yummy. So I'm going to add that one right there. And we're going to add this one right here. So remember, these little sticks came from those little sticks we cut out earlier. That's all those are. So we're going to add this one right here. And go ahead and cover your words. That's okay that you've already stamped. That's okay. And then two more things to finish it off. One, we're going to add some of that cute little ribbon. But see, when we put this into our card, we have the beautiful yellow behind the banner. But look how fun it is on this card to have those little dots. I hope you can see the dots behind it. So what we're going to do is we're going to cover right here, so we have dots behind our banner, and I'm not sure if you can really see it. This is just an extra step. You don't have to do this part because having yellow behind it would be just as cute, but we're going to do this. So how you adhere these to the cards, and we're going to do this again in a second for the yellow, is you're going to fold this, you're going to lay this down. I've only added adhesive to one side, lining this up, and it might be a little, there we go, lining this up, and we're going to lay it down to one side. Now, I'm going to take adhesive and add it to the blue for this side. You want to do one side at a time, and we're going to close this to make sure that that crease gets all the way around. So when it opens, it's going to open nicer. Now, we're going to do the exact same thing for this one. What's funny is that happens to have banana on the other side. But we're going to add, and we could even leave it like this if we wanted to, but I wanted to later decorate to the other side. So we're going to do this. Did I run out? No. It's kind of poofy, so I'm trying to get that adhesive on. So again, we're going to start with one side, put it in that crease. We're going to have yellow all the way around, which is fun because it's a little smaller. Give it a nice press. Then I'm going to add adhesive to this side. So we're going to add adhesive to this. Close that card. Get everything lined up. Give it a nice press. And there we have our beautiful card. Now, as a finishing product, we're going to also add our little ribbon, so we can add that little ribbon. I kind of forgot to add that part. So we're going to drop that on the inside so it's not hanging out on the outside, although it would look cute, just as cute on the outside. So we're just going to add this finishing touch, and then we're going to be all done. Add this cute little bow, and I have a feeling my bow is going to be upside down. Oh, actually, it's going to be perfect because we're going to trim here. And we are ready to go, you and me. Thanks so much, and I hope to see you again next week. Bye-bye.